Oh, Christie Arkovich with Arkovich Law here in Tampa, Florida. I wanted to talk briefly today about those with Parent Plus loans. The double consolidation window that expires here in July of 2025, we've had a lot of concern about whether that will be basically honored by the Trump administration and whether someone can utilize some of the other income-driven plans instead of ICR with a Parent Plus loan. Those with Parent Plus loans, you might know that if you do not consolidate, you're not eligible for any income-driven plan. You just are eligible for the standard principal interest repayment plans, which are usually pretty high. And so traditionally, you can consolidate once and be eligible for ICR, income contingent repayment. That also has been a relatively high payment. And so a lot of folks haven't been able to afford that, and they've taken advantage of the double consolidation loophole, which allows someone to essentially consolidate those loans twice in a specific fashion in order to qualify for perhaps SAVE or something like that. So we have heard now about 10 days ago or so with the passage of the Student Success and Taxpayer Savings Plan. So this hasn't been passed into law yet. It's relatively new. It still needs to go to the full committee in the House, be voted by the House, be voted by the Senate. There will be competing bills and ultimately passed into law by President Trump. So it's got some stages to go through. Usually I don't do a lot of talks about pending bills because until they become a law, there's so many changes that can occur. It's not really worth spending the time on. But this is a little different. And the reason why I say that is because when it is enacted, when it is signed into law, there will be a substantial change that people with Parent Plus loans need to know about in advance in order to prepare. We also know that this is a direction that the administration intends on going. And so while this is only a bill and not a law, it's something that we might want to pay attention to. And essentially it's saying this, that when the bill/law is enacted, when it's ultimately passed, then what will happen is those with Parent Plus loans will not be eligible for anything other than a standard repayment plan if they haven't taken this step in advance. The step is this: consolidate your loans. Make them a direct consolidation loan, and therefore they will be placed into ICR, income contingent repayment, when you ask for that. And automatically, when this bill is enacted, if it is, they then will transfer to IBR, income-based repayment. If you don't do this ahead of time, what will happen is your Parent Plus loans will not be eligible for any income-driven plan. So I think it's important to take a look at those loans, maybe take some steps now. We don't know exactly when this bill would be enacted into law. Like I said, it's got several stages to go through. What I would consider doing is making sure that your loans are prepared for this around the time that perhaps the House as a whole passes it. The reason I say that is because the bill, while it could change with whatever the Senate passes, if it is part of a reconciliation bill, it could go fairly fast after that. And we don't know, the timing of that. We also don't know with respect to servicers, how long does it take to process an application for ICR once it's filed, or how long does a consolidation application take? Usually a consolidation application takes about 45 days. They can be completed in as little as 30 days. But if a whole lot of people are filing at the same time, they could go as far as 90 days. So keep that in mind. Those with Parent Plus loans, the double consolidation necessity will no longer be a necessity. If you consolidate one time, get in the ICR, you'll be eligible for IBR. That would be the same for someone who has done a double consolidation in the past, as well as someone who does a single consolidation in the future going forward. You'd all be pushed into IBR. So that's income-based repayment for those who don't know what the initials stand for. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And again, it's Christie Arkovich with Arkovich Law here in Tampa, Florida. We can help anyone who's around the nation. This is a federal program, and so it's not necessary that you be a Florida resident to be eligible or to talk with us. We do have strategy sessions that we offer. You can contact us at info@christiearkovich.com. You can also call our phone number at 813-258-2808. That's 813-258-2808. Sandra is our intake coordinator. She'd go ahead and get you set up for a conference with us. And please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll do all that stuff if you don't mind. That helps us to continue to put out these videos. I will have some additional ones coming out in the future, but I hope this has been helpful for you all, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.